Okay, well, we're gonna get right into the wild wackiness of this crazy curse game that we all love so much and adore, and think it's the most amazing, fantastic game. Probably kind of be all right, I guess. Not most amazing, fantastic, maybe pretty good. Pretty good. Level 1 to 10. We'll say we'll give it a rating of good. So there's our booth. Click me to write text. Alright, well, I could write a text, I guess, if I want to. Here's the aerial view, little outside view. Look at me, man. I got some muscles to buff. Hello, right noodle arm. Risky curse. Spaghetti. Oh, wow. Reminds me of a story. It does remind me of a story. So let's go ahead and listen to that story now. Once upon a time in the town of Spaghetti Springs, there lived a man named Noodle. No one knew his real name. Everyone just called him Noodle because of his right arm, just like me. Hello, look at me. It was floppy, just like me, wobbly, and resembled a piece of overcooked pasta. Yep, exactly. His left arm, totally normal. His right arm, a limp noodle. Now, Noodle didn't mind his unusual appendage. In fact, he thought it gave him character, but it did come with some challenges. For instance, shaking hands was always awkward. People never knew if they were supposed to grab his noodle arm or the regular one. Just grab his regular one, maybe. If they went for the noodle, their handshake would turn into a slithery, wiggly mess. It was like trying to shake hands with a garden hose. One day, Noodle decided to join the town's annual Strongman competition because he felt his arm was pretty tough since he was dragging it around all the time. Now, everyone in Spaghetti Springs was used to seeing giant, muscular contestants lift barrels, flip tires, and throw rocks. No one expected Noodle to even show up, let alone compete. They did not have faith in this man. As the competition began, the first event was the classic barrel lift. Each contestant had to hoist a giant wooden barrel over their head. The crowd went wild as the first strongman lifted it with ease. Then Noodle came. It was his turn. The barrel looked like it weighed more than the noodle itself, but he confidently approached it. With his regular left arm, he grabbed the barrel and tried to lift it. His noodle arm, though, had other plans. As soon as he pulled, his noodle arm flopped over the barrel like spaghetti on a fork. The crowd gasped. How do you gasp? I guess that's a gasp, right? But Noodle wasn't discouraged. In fact, he had an idea. For the next event, the tire flip, Noodle decided to use his noodle arm to his advantage. Just like we did there with the bouncing and jumping up in the air. See, we can use that noodle arm to our advantage. As he reached down to flip the heavy tire, he wrapped his wobbly arm around it like a snake. Ooh, just like that. See that snake hanging down there over those mountaintops? King of the mountain. Here I am. The crowd watched in confusion, and then with a mighty whoosh, he gave it a twist. The tire wobbled and rolled away like it had been hypnotized by the power of his noodle arm. The crowd erupted into laughter and cheers. Oh, so excited. Yeah. Woo. Amazing, Mr. Noodle Arm. Noodle, we love you. Did you see that? He flipped the tire with his noodle arm. The final event was the rock throw. Now, the other competitors were hurling huge rocks like cannonballs. Noodle picked up a small pebble instead. The crowd groaned, thinking it was over. But Noodle had a plan. He swung his noodle arm around, gaining momentum like a slingshot, and then let the pebble fly. Ooh, we got must say fill harmful curse. Every time you chat, you must have this word containing, otherwise you'll be wiped. Ooh. Okay, we'll be wiped out of existence. Back to the story. Where was I? Yes, he was throwing a rock. But Noodle had a plan. He swung his noodle arm around, gaining momentum like a slingshot, and then let the pebble fly. It soared through the air like a tiny rocket and landed just shy of the farthest rock. The crowd went silent for a moment, stunned, and then burst into applause. Yay! Noodle didn't win the competition. It's okay. But he became the most memorable contestant in Spaghetti Springs history. From that day forward, no one cared about who could lift the heaviest weight or throw the biggest rock. No, not them. They were all waiting for Noodle to show up and do something unpredictable with his right noodle arm. And Noodle? What happened to Noodle? Was he okay? Was he alright? Well, you know, Noodle, he just smiled, his floppy arms swaying in the breeze. Shh. Proud to be the man who turned a Noodle into legend. And that is how the legend of Noodle Arm began, and this is why we're standing here now. You never knew where Noodle Arm came from, did you? You had no clue that Noodle Arm in this game was based on a real life story. Maybe that's a real life story, maybe it's not. I'm not going to confirm that, I'm not going to deny it. It's probably not a real story. It may or may not have happened, probably didn't happen though. So you can decide what you want to believe from that. Sheesh, safe curse. Okay, sheesh. Look at my crown. Wonderful, majestic, long, slinky spaghetti arm. So, I do like this arm though. This is kind of cool. It could cause problems trying to, you know, do some obstacles and stuff. Some obbies or something, but otherwise, be fine. What? Dude, you're short, man. You have a short one? You have like you're tiny. You have tall and small. Okay, how does that work out? Anyways, hope you like the story about Spaghetti Landia and Mr. Noodle over here. It was a great story, I believe. But it wasn't Spaghetti Landia. I guess it was Spaghetti Springs. But does it really matter? So we are jumping. Come on, man. Let's go jump around. Like, oh, there we go. Random view. Oh, yippee-ki-yay, mamma mia. We are tethered. So we are tethered to another individual person thing. Whatever it is in here. So let's get out of here, man. We just got to get off this mountain. We got to get off of here and breathe and take it easy and chill. Go for a little jog, a little run. Hold this tether on. So the tether is black. Unlike, what was it? Dependent? I think it's dependent, right? Codependent, dependent. Yeah. That's like blue or red laser. I think it's red. Like a laser beam. This is like a literal tether. Like, I am stuck. I am trapped and stuck. Here we go. Yeehaw. Get out of here. Okay, so we are going to just hang out by the tree here. Because I'm really just tethered up and stuck here. So yeah, it's going to be kind of fun just standing here all day long. Let's just stand here for the next 4 hours. So this video is going to be a 24-hour video. We're just going to be 24 hours of standing here. See who can outlast the other person. So who's going to like end the game and untether us, because I'm just going to stand here. So just sit back and relax for the next 24 hours. I'll put some classical music on or something and see what happens with that. So we're probably not going to do that, but it sounds like a good idea. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay, so bouncy, 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 bouncy ball. Oh, hey, how you doing? You are tall. You were like gigantic. Actually, I don't know if that's nice to say. Actually, it's probably not nice to like say to somebody that they're gigantic. So I am going to say you are just tall. I mean, people like that even like you're like, yeah, you're pointing out that you're tall or pointing out that you're short. So I'm just gonna say, you're fine up here on the mountain with me. So thanks for hanging out. There we go. I think that sounds nice. Is that a cloud on the head? I don't know. But hey, so who wants to hear some noodle jokes? We're gonna hear some noodle jokes. Why did the noodle only wave his left hand? Because his right arm was always al dente. Okay, so Noodle tried arm wrestling, but his right arm kept slipping. Turns out it was hard to win when you're pasta your limit. Like pasta your arm. Oh my goodness. So I'm making jokes. They got both arms now? So I got a right arm and left noodle arm? Oh my heavens. And I have no head. So my head has disappeared. I have a crown on my arm. I have 2 noodle arms and no head. Okay. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So now these jokes don't make as much sense, but we're going to go on anyways. Noodle wanted to be a boxer, but his right hook was more like a right spaghetti fling. What? That made no sense. All right, so When Noodle flexed his right arm at the gym, everyone applauded. Not for the strength, but just because they were impressed it didn't break. Wow. Okay, these are not the most fantastic jokes in the world. Alright, let's just stop the jokes because they're pretty horrible. When you try to do some jokes, you know, about specifically a left arm and a right arm that are like noodle arms. So let's not do that anymore. We're just gonna skip along from the jokes, the noodle arm jokes. Let's just, how about some jokes about noodles? That'd be kind of cool. Let's do some noodle jokes. Like noodles, not noodle arms, noodles. Why did Noodle bring a spoon to the business meeting? Because he heard they were going to stir things up. Okay, that was at least better. Bald, safe curse. This is your life now. I'm not bald. I don't have a head. I'm gonna be bald. I'm like headless noodle arm guy, and I'm bald now. Like that makes no sense. Can't make me any more bald. I mean, I have no head. It's like a pointless curse for my current position in life. Why did Noodle get lost at the pasta factory? He couldn't find his way through the spaghetti junction. Alright, well, they're getting a little better. Still not worth like an award or anything, but like a little better than before. What did Noodle say when someone told him to stop being so dramatic? I'm just trying to al dente my way through life. Al dente? So it's a lot of that al dente stuff. I don't know what's going on there. It's kind of weird. Why did everyone invite Noodle to dinner parties? Because he always brought something twisty to the table. That one's actually pretty good. It's corny, it's a little dumb. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's at least better than the other stuff. Why doesn't Noodle play hide and seek anymore? Because he always ends up in a bowl of trouble. Like a bowl of... That one's better. If we have to rate everything from like a 1 to a 10 and set like a curve, like what's the best, that's probably the 10. I'm not saying it's good, I'm saying it's probably the best so far. What's Noodle's favorite music? Ravioli, but the classics. Okay, that's alright, that's okay. Why did Noodle refuse to race? Okay, we got new curse, giraffe head. I don't have a head. So how you gonna give me a giraffe head? What the heck have I become? Or neck have I become? Oh, it's a noodle neck. That is crazy. Okay, I was wrong. I still don't have a head. But now I got like a telescopic noodle head neck thingy. So this is my neck. So basically I got a neck. Which is curious because before I didn't have a head or a neck. And now I grew a neck somehow. Why don't I have a neck? I should have had a neck and a head. Why did they took both away and now I gave my a neck, which I never had? Okay, I'm not making sense. Where was I at? I don't remember what was happening. Why did Noodle refuse to race? He said, I'm too pasta my prime for that. Pasta, like past my prime, but that was alright. That was okay. What's Noodle's favorite joke? Fettuccine? More like funcini. Okay, that was bad. Why did Noodle fail at being a chef? Every time he tried to cook, things got saucy. Hey, that's good. That's, you know, I might have to replace the other one that we said it was a 10. That's probably a 10. The other one probably became like a 7. That was the 10. That was like the top. The other one was probably a 7 now. It probably fell down. Yeah, that was probably the better one. Still kind of stupid, but still better. Why did Noodle fail at being a chef? We already said that. Why am I doing that again? Why did Noodle say when he got a promotion? Oh, okay. So let me say that correctly. What did Noodle say when he got... Okay, what's happening? New curse, visually impaired, harmful curse. If you didn't need glasses before, you'll need them now. Oh, great. It's not blurry, is it? Is it going to be all blurry? Okay, well, it seems fine right now. Ah, crap. It is all blurry. Okay, so it's not constantly blurry. It goes in and out of blurriness. Still kind of goofy, especially if you're doing something important. But I'm really not doing anything important right now. My life is just wasting away playing this game. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. What did Noodle say when he got a promotion? Guess who's on top now? Bow tie me. like a bow tie noodle, but that was kind of stupid. So that was probably a 3 out of the 10. I mean, at least made sense. It made sense, but it was dumb. So I'd give it a 3 out of the 10. Um, do you like the jokes? Or no? Is that like something I should do? What was better, like a joke or the story? The story was pretty good. You know, it's pretty legit. So you save the game. Okay, blah blah blah. Leave that. Reset that. It's kind of like resetting sometimes. You know, kind of like it back to default. All right. So we're still gonna say some jokes about pasta. Why don't pasta jokes ever get old? Well, they actually have gotten pretty old. Because a lot of them are dumb. So, but let me focus again here for a second. Why don't posta? Why don't pasta jokes ever get old? Because they're always al dente. What is up with this al dente? Okay, because they're always al dente. It's this pasta thing. It's just like pasta and al dente. What's a pasta's favorite type of movie? Saucy drama. That was pretty good, actually. Why didn't the ravioli get invited to hang out? Because it was too square. Oh, actually, that is the best one so far. Let me say that again. Why didn't the ravioli get invited to hang out? Because it was too square. That was pretty good. Okay, that was the best one. What do you call fake spaghetti? And then pasta. We're getting better. This is great. That was much better. Why did the pasta go to the doctor? It was feeling saucy, but didn't have the noodle for it. Okay, that was kind of stupid. What's a pasta's favorite music genre? Anything with lots of ravi rhythm. That was kind of dumb too. What did the macaroni say to the cheese? You make me melt. Okay, that was all right. It doesn't. How does the cheese make the macaroni melt? The cheese melts on the macaroni. So it should be, what did the cheese say to the macaroni? You make me melt. That's what it should have been. It's backwards. I just fixed it though. Why does pasta always break up with its girlfriend? Because it just can't commit too much spaghetti on its plate. Okay, that was dumb. All right, well, thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Bye. Later.